On March 27, 2018, a journalist with Joy FM, Latif Idris, was brutally beaten at the headquarters of the Ghana Police Service. The journalist was not beaten by thugs. He was beaten by police personnel, the same people he would have run to if he had been attacked by hoodlums. His crime was for asking police officers a question at the time the officers were dispersing a supposedly rowdy crowd. Surprisingly to the police, the approach for maintaining law and order on that day included resorting to physical violence against a harmless journalist. On May 4, 2018, another journalist with Adom FM, Ohima Sechiwa, was assaulted by a known activist of the New Patriotic Party (NPP), Hajia Fati. The reporter was slapped when she attempted taking a photo of Hajia Fati after she prevented Sami Krab, a suspended vice chairman of the party, from picking up forms to contest for the party's chairmanship position at the party's headquarters. Hajia Fati subsequently explained that she thought the reporter was a member of Sami Krab's camp who had been sent to take pictures for ulterior motives. According to her, the reporter looked like an onion seller rather than a journalist. The party condemned the act. Hajia Fati was asked to pay 9,000 Ghana cedis in damages to the victim by a human rights high court. In January 2019, the country woke up to the shocking news of the killing of Ahmed Suale. He was killed by unknown assailants at Medina in Accra. Mr. Suale was the lead investigator in the number 12 expose on corruption in Ghana football. Though over 10 suspects were questioned, the killers of Ahmed Suale are yet to be apprehended. The family of Ahmed Hussein Suale has expressed disappointment with the government and security agencies over their failure to find his killers. On June 27, 2019, national security officers arrested Modern Ghana editor Emmanuel Ajafo Abugri and reporter Emmanuel Yeboah Brintum and interrogated them at the National Security Office, confiscated their laptops and phones. The officers questioned the journalists over a report on the National Security Minister, Albert Kandapar, and accused them of obtaining information about Kandapar by hacking an email account. Brintum indicated in several interviews that the officers did not present a warrant at the time of the arrest.
The attack happened in 2019, somewhere in June. I was in my office and I saw some five guys who just entered our building, walked straight to my office, and then asked me whether I'm the editor. I said yes. They ordered me to stand up. I stood up in my office, and then the first thing they did was that they took my laptops, my two phones, and my tablet, which was on my desk. So after they ordered me to step out of the building to the yard. So when we were moving to the yard, I asked them that, look, who are you and why are you ordering me about? They said they are for national security and they've been ordered directed to come and pick me for interrogation. I said, what? What was the issue about? They said, I shouldn't worry, when I get there, I will know. They pushed me into a black van and then covered our heads with a black polythene bag. And what they said was that they don't want us to know where they were taking us to. The arrest happened somewhere around 4. Then later in the night, that same day, around 10 p.m., they came and picked me to an interrogation room where we sat one-on-one with some of their guys. And then they were asking me questions, how I got the information and who sent it to me. I explained all of that, and it's like they didn't want to listen. They wanted to achieve whatever they wanted to achieve. And so if I say something that didn't go in their favor, they'll hit me, slap me, handcuff me, use tasers all over my body and all of that. I went through, horrible, situations in their hands and all of that. They took me to court, and then at the court, they trashed out the case. The same day, the case was thrown out, and then after that, my lawyer said we need to sue the state for compensation, which we have done that. So right now we are still in court on that case. Because at the point when the case was called and we went to court, we were in court, and then that day we were told that they can't even file our docket. is missing in court. Meanwhile, it has been filed that day our case was going to be heard.
On 12th August 2020, Stanley Nee Blewu and Joseph Armstrong, two TV3 reporters, were threatened at Tema Station in Accra, where they were on duty to file a television report on sanitation. Security personnel comprising some soldiers, police, and members of the AMA task force forced the journalists to delete the images they took. One of the two journalists alleged that one of the soldiers used his boots to hit the chest of his fellow journalist, smashed his camera, took his phone, and took him into custody. On October 7, 2020, at around 5:30 p.m., a group of plainclothes police officers arrested David Tamaklo, the editor-in-chief of the privately owned WhatsApp news website, on the street near his office for reports that allegedly violated Ghana's criminal codes. Tamaklo, who also serves as the vice president of the Private Newspaper Publishers Association of Ghana, said the officers claimed they had an arrest warrant and showed him a piece of paper from a distance, but did not allow him read it. The officers took him to the nearby Tesano police station before handcuffing and driving him 6 hours to another police station in New Edibiase, a district in the Ashanti region, where he was detained overnight and released on bail with a 10,000 cedi bond and two sureties. Soldiers on Thursday, April 15, 2021, beat and chased away demonstrators protesting over the alleged encroachment of Lastu lands by the military. Some of the media personnel, including Ni Aikwe, who works with Citi FM and Citi TV, and Desmond Osei Amponsa, who were there to cover the protest, were beaten and manhandled by some of the soldiers at the scene. The coalition of La associations defied orders of the police to suspend their intended demonstration. Soldiers were seen dragging the protesters on the ground, who were subsequently hit in the head. One soldier in a video was heard telling media personnel not to take photos.
We introduced ourselves to them that we were actually from the media discharging our duties, but then that couldn't save us. So media guys who were there were actually beaten. I personally was hit at the back of my head, and then I had a cut on my head. So with blood oozing out, I just touched it and it stained my palm.